Sports presents
You're listening to The Sizzle on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
You know what it is. You know who it is. It's The Sizzle here, baby, on Iron Skillet Radio, Iron Skillet Television. We are the talk of the 219. We're the hottest talk in the 219. We are the talk of everything. I'm in the building. I'm G Sizzle, and he's J Sizzle. Jay, what's going on, bro?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm fantastic, man. I got a win the Astros loss, which I'm super happy about. And whoever that was, I think that was Nick Foles wanted to jump in and say hello. So
Yeah.
you shut up, Nick. It ain't time for you because you was up acting a fool in the third quarter. I don't know what you was doing, but we'll talk about that later on. He and Mitchell Trubisky switched uniforms when he ran out there and threw that. We'll talk about that later on.
Yeah,
anyway,
he was shacking out there today. Nick Foles was shacking today, man. So, but before we get ready to start with anything, I gotta tell the people what's the word for the day.
Okay. Wow, bro. That's crazy. That's so love, bro.
The word for the week is your wild word of the week is the particulars. Jay, do you know what the particulars are?
I have an idea what the particulars are, but I'm sure you're going to enlighten us on what they are.
Yes, well, the particulars are not a Motown group, and they are not a funk lay group. It was from the 70s, but the particulars are actually getting the information. It's getting all that little stuff that you need to know. The particulars, the information, the details. It's real simple, the particulars. I think we need to get some particulars. I really do. I think we need to get some particulars on what we've seen so far as football is concerned. But, you know, it's up to you. Do you want to start off with the beloved, or you want to start off with Tampa Bay and Green Bay?
No, we'll save that molly whopping from up north. We'll save that for later because I got some laughing at some guffaws to do on that one.
Okay.
So we can talk about our 5-1 beloved. We can go right there.
Let's talk about the 5-1 beloved. Let's do it. Let's get ready to talk about it. And let's get ready to talk about what we saw and what everybody saw from I don't even know what you call it, like a Sasquatch on the shim squash.
Whatever that meant. That sounded like a sandwich I ordered at Potbelly. I'll have a Sam squash or the Sis squash and hold the tomatoes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's when the Bears came to the Charlotte city. They came to the wonderful city of Charlotte, and they started to do some things. But let's talk about Bears versus Panthers.
You like that? You like that?
All right, Jay, so let's get ready to get into it. Let's hear what the quarterback of the Chicago Bears had to say.
Rather lose pretty or win ugly. I think that we'd rather win ugly. I think that's the common thing. So I think it tells you a lot about our team. Is this who we are offensively? We want to improve. We want to get better. We want to have rhythm. But ultimately in the NFL, it's about winning games.
So is it about winning games? So, Jay, let me ask you real quick. Would you rather lose pretty or win ugly? Which would you rather?
I want to win. That's the first thing. I just want to win the football game. I don't like how the Bears are winning football games because I don't think this could be sustained, especially when you get against the high-powered teams with high-powered offenses. They scored decently today, but 20 points a game is not going to be enough when it comes down. And I don't know where they're going to manufacture this extra offense. Defense is playing great, but I'd rather win. I don't care how it looks. As long as we're 1 point ahead of the other team, I'm good to go.
Well, let me throw out some numbers to you today. And there's some numbers to me that are somewhat disturbing. One of the numbers I look at is that you had David Montgomery. He rushed for 19 carries, but he only had 58 yards, which was averaging about 3.1 a carry. And in that 3 yards, he had no touchdowns. That was just the beginning of the future.
But the key to that to me is that he rushed for 19 times. That he actually ran the football, that he got nearly 20 carries. I think Nagy at that point was trying to run the football, but the problem is we both know what the issue is. It's this offensive line. Now it's a makeshift offensive line. It's worse than it was before. And I think you just got a problem right now, Greg, like you were just talking about. You got 19 carries. And what was the average?
3 yards.
3 yards per carry. And not even a cloud of dust. This ain't even Nebraska. You know
the next highest rusher was Nick Foles with 4 yards on 5 carries.
He looked like Bambi. Did you see him running, making that move? He looked like Bambi running on ice.
He looked like, oh, no, not my hammy. Oh, it's going to be my hammy. I'm going down.
He looked like as soon as he get hit, he was just going to explode apart like a Mr. Potato Head. You know, you drop him, all the pieces go flying. That's basically what was getting ready to happen to Nick Foles.
Well, let me tell you about Nick Foles. He was 23 of 39 for 198 yards with 1 touchdown, 1 interception. For the life of me, that 1 interception, I don't know what he was thinking, what could have been going through his head. Maybe he was trying to get his Chipotle order right. I don't know what happened, but whatever it was bad. It was really bad.
He was channeling his inner Mitchell Trubisky. Like, he went out there. He literally got off his back foot. That was a Mitchell throw. That's what Mitchell Trubisky does. He throws those balls off his back foot into triple coverage, a wounded duck up there. That was one of the worst throws I've seen a quarterback throw in a long time. That ball didn't have a chance to be completed. Right. He should have put the ball out of bounds or whatever you need. I don't know why you throwing that football there. You know,
just put it in the dirt. Do something.
But with it.
If you can't see your target and you're falling away from your target, and I understand he was under pressure, he was under duress, they were coming, but you can't afford. You had just gotten the ball,
right?
And if you didn't get a chance to watch the game, there was a wonderful turnover that the Bears got. They were getting ready to go back, put some more points on the board, and all of a sudden it was back-to-back turnovers because Nick Foles just floated one up, and that's about what happened. He was like, and it just went into a defender's hand. It was ridiculously silly, and you would think for a veteran quarterback, that would be a no-no. For someone who's cerebral, so someone who likes to win ugly, that was an ugly throw, and I'm still hostile about it.
Yeah, the thing about it is it was just such a bad throw that this game was only a 1-score game at this point. You can't give this ball back without taking some points with you. You know what I'm saying? So this was just a bad overall throw. He should have never tried to force it. But I think what we're seeing right now is that you see a Bears team that looking and searching to score points. And since it's looking and searching to score points, I think you see a very conservative Nick Foles start taking shots in areas where he thinks there might be an opening to get the ball into because they can't manufacture offense any other type of way. Right now, I mean, this game was 23-16 or something like that. At no point in time did you think the Bears were going to explode.
Doesn't matter how you do it. It just matters that you get it done.
Yeah, well, that's what he says. But the whole issue is right now is that you have a poor offense right now, poor offensive line, who's lost. I think Daniels has lost for the season.
Yeah, with a pectoral injury.
With the pectoral tear. So now you got, I think, Rashard Coward playing in there. I don't know. I didn't know who this guy was.
He played a lot last year on the right side.
Yeah. So you got these guys in, and this is just really a makeshift bad offensive line that thank God they have a really good defense.
Man, your boy Jay Leno. Wow, that's crazy.
Jay Leno could have probably played better left tackle. Oh, he just put his chin in the way. You can't go around my chin.
Just take it. But I've talked about it, and we talked about it before, but I've got to give you your props. I did not realize how bad Leno is. Well, I didn't realize it.
The issue is that he's not bad. He's average. He's an average left tackle. In all his numbers say he's an average left tackle in it. Now, he might be a little bit below average, but he plays well enough. He grades well enough to start in the NFL. However, to be a great team, a great offensive team, you need one of the top 5, 6, 7 offensive tackles in the league over there. And the Bears have not put their money onto the offensive line, had not tried to do that. They put money everywhere else but that offensive line, and now you see this offensive line is the albatross around their neck right now.
You see where they put their money. Defensive line, you see they're doing their part. Even in the secondary, they're doing their part. Right now, it's that offensive line. It's the line now that, as you said, they're being held together by tape and bubble gum. This line is not cohesive. You've got false starts all over the place. You've got people coming off the edge whenever they want to. And let me ask this. You just mentioned about Nick Foles.
Yeah.
And really point searching. He's really out there scraping points. So let's get into some of the particulars. Is this the same thing that we saw with Mitchell Trubisky? Is it the offense or is it the QB? Which one is, because something's wrong when you have a Nick Foles now who's looking like Mitchell Trubisky. Am I seeing this wrong, or maybe it's something I'm missing? Maybe it's something the listeners are missing. Is this something where they're just hunting for points and then they're forcing things down the field? Or is this a part of what Matt Nagy does? Is this his offense?
Well, no, first thing is I think Nick Foles is at some points he looks like Mitchell Trubisky because they're putting him in that position to look like Mitchell Trubisky. Mm. I think, though, he's a good enough quarterback that he can check him out and get him into plays that he's actually – if you actually looked at it a couple of times, he's throwing good balls in the game. Now, we had some drops today out there. But for the most part, he's doing a good job. He threw those out routes today really well. I thought one was going to get undercut. They didn't. But I think what you're seeing right now is that I think Nick Foles understands his offense better than Matt Nagy does. The reason why I'm saying that is that he understands what can happen with this ball club, what this ball club can do. And I think that's what's the most important part of. I think that's why you start seeing them going no huddle in his ball game a couple of times to keep tempo up, because he's figuring if I have a certain defensive package that's out on the field at this particular time, I know I can run these offensive plays. And I can run these offensive plays and I can get people open. So I don't want them to be able to switch people in and out because our best package is on the field against their worst package. I think that's what he's seeing. So he's a quarterback who can do that.
Well, I see a lot of forced plays to Allen Robinson, and I understand he's your number one receiver. He's your target, but there's some other things going on now. He's doing a lot with Darnell Mooney. He's trying to integrate him, and for some reason, Anthony Miller has just fallen off the face of the earth. And I saw your boy really playing his probably natural position, not at running back, but as a slot receiver.
Yeah,
I saw a lot of good things coming. I didn't see Komet. I didn't understand what they were doing on the first drive. I didn't understand switching out Graham, putting in Komet, but maybe you can explain it better because I didn't understand what they were trying to do.
With who?
With Komet. I mean, they were pulling out Graham, and then they were putting in Komet. Then they were pulling him out, then they put him back in. I saw the touchdown, and I'm like, why is he switching personnel the way he is? And because really, here's the thing. That personnel switching got them in trouble later on down the road, and especially the defense. You shouldn't have a time where you have 2 or 3 penalties. It was 2, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Or 3 where they had 12 men on the field. That should never be when you have a huddle and now you're caught with 12 men out there. So I don't know. It looks like Matt is doing a lot, like the kids say. He's doing too much. He's doing the most. And sometimes it just doesn't seem to work. I don't know. I don't know what I'm seeing, but I know what I'm not seeing. And what I'm not seeing is good offensive line play. And I'm seeing David Montgomery try and run for his life, and he's getting snipered hit every time.
Yeah. It's not Montgomery's fault. I mean, literally, I don't care. You can pick any running back out of the history of the Bears and put him back there. It wouldn't matter with this offensive line up front. Juan Castillo's got to do a better job. This line needs to be moving like a chorus line. It needs to be 300-pound guys, 320-pound guys all kicking at the same time, all moving at the same time. You got guys. I saw our left and right tackle today get beat on inside hump moves like it was the resurgence of Reggie White. I mean, they were getting beat on hump moves. I mean, just getting crushed on hump moves. So my whole thing was like, why is this happening? Why is this blocking scheme the way that it is when you're leaving guys out on the island? Either go to an inside zone type of running scheme or something like that where these guys could all mesh together. Go old school. Go old school where we're going to double at the point of attack and we're just going to cut off the backside. And we're just going to run it up in there. I mean, look, the one thing about these offensive line guys these guys are tremendous athletes. Don't get this wrong. These guys want to be aggressive, but I think what's happening on the offensive line right now, I think they're thinking way too much. I think, and you know, when you're an offensive lineman, you're thinking all the time because I played offensive line, you played offensive line, you're thinking all the time. But the issue is that you don't want to be thinking all the time. You want to hear the play call, see what's up in front of you. Is he in a head-up technique? Is he slightly outside? Is he slightly inside? You know what you're reading. You're going to make your call to your guy next to you. You're going to pass this guy off. You're going to lane up to the next level. You want to know that automatically when you're seeing it. If they readjust in front of you, maybe they make a quick switch or something, you automatically know when you head, okay, now he's head up on me. He's on my outside shoulder. Now I'm going to take him head up. My guard's going to go up inside and go pick up that linebacker. You know what I'm saying? So we already know what's going to happen because we blocked this 1,000 times. But when you're in situations and we're switching stuff all the time, going back and forth, and our normal rules don't apply, well, I think that's what you're seeing a lot of right now because guys are getting beat inside moves a lot. And I just don't know if these defensive coordinators are just so sneaky now that they can figure it out and get a guy leaning to the outside. But the one thing we all know as offensive linemen, you don't get beat across your face. Right. And that's what you're starting to see right now. So it's over and over and over again. And so you got to ask yourself some questions now. Why? What's that kid? What's the kid named Bars? I think that is that plays offense. Why wasn't he playing today?
I don't know. I don't know what their rationale for anything is really with the. He seemed to be doing maybe because last game he did pick up a few penalties. I don't know. Maybe they thought he didn't pick up the scheme. Well, I don't know. I really don't know why he's not playing.
That guy played really. I think that guy played really well. At least he was trying to maul people. His feet was moving good. Why isn't that guy playing? I mean, I'll take a few mistakes, but here's the problem: is they can't afford mistakes.
Right.
They can't afford mistakes. And since they can't afford mistakes right now because it takes the ball out of their hands, and they need every offensive possession that they can get to possibly, hopefully, score some points. And that's what we're looking at right now with the Bears. Is that they're a 5-1 ball club. I don't believe they're a 5-1 ball club, but I got to go jump on the bandwagon because I'm getting ready to get left on the corner right now because the Bears are rolling. And you're looking at right now, the defense is playing really well. I think there's a lot of confidence. I think a lot of that happened when you put Nick Foles in as a starting quarterback. They believe in Nick Foles. The issue is right now they need help up front. Somebody up there has got to lead that team. Who's the leader on the offensive line? Who's that guy?
Right. I would think it would be Cody White here. I would think that your center would be the one. But as you said, who is that guy? And I don't know if Coach Castillo has really – the question is, what can you do right now? And I don't know what he's done to work this team back into shape, given that you still got your head coach as the primary call player and call maker. I don't know what they can do. But let me ask you this, Jay. Can we really complain about a team that's 5-1?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can complain.
Okay.
Yes, we can complain. Yeah.
Yes, we can. We can do it.
Because this team, this is the first time this team has scored points in the third quarter all year. They were the only team in the NFL that when I heard that stat, I was like going, what?
Right.
It
was jaw-dropping. You were like,
right?
What?
But then they had scored the most points in the fourth quarter. So you're looking at a team right now who has the ability to score when they're not thinking. When you move and let these guys sling the football around it. So why not play that way on a regular basis? Why not get these guys in the up-tempo? Why not throw these short routes? Why not? I think the one young man you were talking about earlier, I can't think of the wide receiver's name.
Oh, Mooney.
Mooney. Yeah. Why? They're trying to use Mooney like it's their Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
They're trying to get him forced up top. Well, I'm just saying they're trying to get him forced up top.
I understand what you're saying. It's a very poor man's version of him.
But he's fast though. He's fast.
He is.
And then this guy, you try to get him out. You try to get him out so you can stretch those cornerbacks, so you can get those smash concepts on the backside. So now if I got to go one-on-one with Mooney on one side, now I got to go to some form of a zone on the other side. Now my smash concepts are designed to beat those zone type of defenses. And those guys will go and sit down in the middle of those zones, a la Allen Robinson, because that's what he's really good at, is sitting down in the middle of a zone And he takes a beating in the middle of the zone too. I just want to say that too.
He does.
He catches the balls in there some tight, but he takes a pounding.
Yeah, he takes
so if you got a guy like Nick Foles who can get the ball into him, and now this offense can move. The problem is we don't have time to sit back here and pat the football because we don't have the tackles who can go one-on-one on the outside. You can't let your running back release outside because he has to help on that backside or Nick Foles is going to get crushed. So it's a 6 in one hand and a half a dozen in the other. Do we just stick with look like today? Look at all the outside quick zones, the quick short passes they were doing to the outside.
Yeah, swings,
like the screens and stuff like that. Yeah. These are literally runs. David Montgomery should get those yards in his pocket because those were basically. He did.
He got some good run. When you say short, he got some good ones as far as receiving yards. He did pretty well. The offense itself wasn't great, but for receiving, he had 4 catches for 39 yards. So he had more catches. He had more yards than Darnell Mooney. And in fact, he had more yards, only second to Allen Robinson.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. Which is absolutely ridiculous. True. Where are your tight ends? Yeah, well, you only threw to your tight ends. If looking at the stat sheet, you threw to your tight ends 8 times. Yeah. So I mean, how many completions they have?
They had, let's see, you had Jimmy Graham with 5 catches for 34 yards, Cole Kmet for 2 catches for 20 yards, and Demetrius Harris had nothing because he dropped everything that came.
Oh, did you see those drops? I mean, wide open drops.
It was.
I mean, is that a football? Am I supposed to catch that? Is it a Cole? You know,
I thought he was a defender for the moment. He was like, take that. I was like, you're not a linebacker. He was like, oh, yeah, that's right.
Please catch the football. That's what you get paid to do. Please catch it wide open. Wide open, catch the football. I mean, uncontested, catch
No, maybe.
Hi, I'm just going to run across and not catch the football. Then I'm going to look at my hands like, oh, I'm amazed I dropped that. Yeah, I love when they do that.
Yeah, it's like, how could you let me down? Right. Look at all I've done for you. I got you manicured. I took you and I got the nice lotion for you. And see what you've done. It's just
let's catch the football. So yeah, and so you got a 5-1 Bears team. Don't go wrong. They could win the North. They could. I mean, they could win the North. They could win the North.
Okay.
If they do any forms of getting it together on the offensive line, any forms of that, if they just get average on this offensive line, if they can rush for 85 or 90 yards, not even 100, but for 85 or 90 yards, keeping teams honest. They have to honor the run. If they have to honor the run, that's going to open that play action up. And now I think Nick Foles is able to read downfield. I think he's going to be able to get the ball where it needs to go. I'm not concerned about Nick Foles not getting the ball there. I'm concerned Nick Foles being to stand upright long enough to push the ball downfield. I think that's why you're not seeing teams aren't honoring the Bears' long ball because they know they don't have time, especially if they send a backer or they send somebody in there. Is Nick Foles running for his life back there?
Well, that's funny. Let's talk about that since we just talked about them winning the Central, and they only have really one team in their way in the Central. So let's talk about what we saw today at the Bay of Pigs, the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Green Bay Packers.
You like that? You like that?
So, Jay, I saw a drubbing coming. I was not prepared for Aaron Rodgers to look like Nick Foles, but he did, and it was horrific. It was a horrific show. I stopped watching in the fourth quarter because when you're only have 10 points on the board and you have them there since the fourth quarter, the first quarter, I was done. I was done with everything about Tampa Bay. And when you got Gronk, now let me say this. We just talked about our tight ends, but when you got Gronk running that slow, I think we can run at least as fast as Gronk
I know, right?
On a 7 route or something, because he was just slow. He looks good. Physically, he looks great. He's not very fleet of foot. So I know, Jay, you probably got all the particulars from this wonderful Green Bay, Tampa Bay explosion. But to your point, if the Bears can just handle what they've got to do, if they can get their line together, the only team in their way really is Green Bay. And Aaron Rodgers has had a history of not holding up towards the end of the season. So, Jay, from what you saw from Tampa Bay and Green Bay today, do you think the Bears have a shot to win the NFC Central Division?
Well, if Aaron Rodgers keeps getting hit 12 times, he was getting bushwhacked with an axe handle back there. This was brutal. This was one of the few times I ever really felt bad for Aaron Rodgers because he was getting cracked. And the thing that was funny about it, not even really funny about it, but what's funny, was the Dominican Sue was just talking to him the whole game, talking about, we're coming to get you.
Right before the end of the half, the first half, he said something about his grandparents.
Yeah. You know we're gonna be there. If I catch you outside, I'm gonna tackle you outside too. I just want to let you know we are coming. and it was just an absolute beatdown of Aaron Rodgers. I think he only was averaging like 2.7 yards per play. Now this is Matt LaFleur, who's supposed to be the super LaFleur, who's supposed to be the super mind. The guy who's supposed to be Aaron Rodgers' muse. Who's supposed to be the guy who's going to rein in Aaron Rodgers and make his offense be better. And all of a sudden you looked up and Aaron Rodgers was like, oh my God, they're coming. Stop these people. Can you stop the people in the other jerseys? Can you stop any of them running and hit me right now?
He was like, somebody please call Jake from State Farm. Somebody please, I need a discount double check. Help me. Help me, please. He just kept looking. There was that look of just despair and wonderment. Like, so nobody's gonna help. He must have made his line real mad before game. I don't know what he did.
He only had 16 completions.
Seriously?
16 completions. That's all Aaron Rodgers had. He was getting mollywopped.
He was getting slapped around.
And for the first 4 games, he looked like a world beater. Like nobody's gonna beat Aaron Rodgers. Everybody's talking about, they're going to the Super Bowl. They might get tickets to the Super Bowl, but I don't know if they're gonna go to the Super Bowl not playing like this. They lost their big tackle. I know he got hurt. His chest got hurt. So so you're looking at a thing with them. I mean, I've never seen Aaron Rodgers get knocked around like this. I really have not. Todd Bowles was after him, and they were after him, the whole night. Those 2 interceptions. I mean, I think once he saw those balls get intercepted, they were getting run back. I think this is the first time I really actually saw Aaron Rodgers sort of go, I'm done with this for today.
Did you get that feel? Maybe it was at the end of the second quarter, going into the second half, where you just got the feel that Aaron Rodgers is like, I'm calling it a game. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. And, it's like, I don't think I want to play with these guys anymore, especially that other guy, the Sue guy. He's talking to me too much, and they're actually trying to hit me and hurt me. Do they not know who I am? You know what I'm saying? And do you not figure out that was Aaron Rodgers?
And Dominican Sue was acting like he was Jay Cutler.
Yeah. It was just like, dude, he was like, I hate you. I hate your family. I hate everybody about you, your dog, your turtle. If I could, I'm going to make turtle soup. It was just a beat down to epic proportions, man. I've never seen Aaron Rodgers get knocked around like that. And then you got Pretty Tom on the other side. Looking at you talking about, watch this, baby. I'm going to throw the long ball. He was just swinging the long ball. He was just like, I'm airing it out. Don't worry about it.
So I got you. Tom. Was he calling his own number? Like, Tom.
He's got number 12, baby, 12. He was like a point guard. He was just out there. I'm swinging the pill. I'm throwing this ball all over the place.
That was ridiculous. I mean, we saw a lot of ridiculousness. It was a lot going on today. You saw Cincinnati get slapped around when they were up. I mean, you saw some other things. You saw Detroit.
Joe Burrow.
Poor Joe. Poor Joe.
Whoa.
And did you see your man got pulled? Did you see that? Obviously, he hasn't found his way around the stadium because Baker Mayfield got pulled. It was like, come on over here and sit down with me. Come on.
it happens to the best of us.
Hey man, I'm just saying it's when you got I don't get it, man. And I don't know, maybe this was a weird week. Maybe everybody who was coming off of COVID scares and everything. I know Tennessee was doing terrible things to people. It looked terrible, but it was something about this week that was really strange. It was a really strange week, and I don't know. I promise you, I don't know what was going on. New England looked terrible. They looked terrible. Denver didn't look much better. I mean, they're in a bad situation. Vic Fangio is not going to be the one that leads them. And I said again, he will become the Bears defensive coordinator next year. So that you heard that here, right here on the Sizzle. Yes, you did. Then you saw a Houston, Texas team that lost 36-42 to Tennessee. They were up, and then it went wrong. And then Pittsburgh jumped all over Cleveland 38-7. Baltimore was in full control over Philly, even though it was a nice, respectable number at 30-28. Washington tried, and they almost pulled it out. They lost 19-20 to the Giants. First good game for the Giants. Atlanta, big shout out to what's going on in Atlanta. Atlanta came up in 40-23 win over Minnesota. And as I said, you had Detroit put the slap down on Jacksonville 34-16. But that Cincy game, I thought they were really going to put in some work. I was like, this rookie's doing some things until somebody told the Colts maybe it was time to play, because they came back and put the
what was that? I'm like going, come on, Joe. Come on now.
Wide world of sports was happening, and New Jersey looks like a team that should be taken out of the league. It just, when you get beat by the Dolphins 24-0, Ryan Fitzpatrick is killing you. Something wrong with you. It's not them, it's you. It is that you're bad, you suck, and that game was terrible. But hey, the Bears won 23-16. Yay. Actually, they left 14 points on the field we know of. There were a good 14 points they left on the field. So if you add 14 to 23, my friend, that's 37. The Bears are right up there, man. They're one of the highest scoring teams in the league. They're one of the greatest teams ever. Yes, ever. Can I say ever? Well, ever this week, as in this week. But yeah, greatest team that left 14 points on the board. I'm just happy that 5-1 and Aaron Rodgers sucks.
Wow. Yep. That's your take? That's your take?
That was my take. Aaron Rodgers sucks.
Aaron Rodgers sucks. That's it. That's
Aaron Rodgers sucks.
That should be the headlines in all the newspapers tomorrow.
And that's sad. I even if the Bears had not won, I would have been like, Aaron Rodgers got beat up, and that sucks. And I shouldn't feel that way. I should not be that jaded. But he got beat up. Okay, so boo-hoo. All right, I'm so sad for you. Go and talk to Jake from State Farm.
Wow, because you know what, Jake from State Farm need to do some patchwork on that offensive line up there, because they were getting Aaron Rodgers killed back there. I mean, literally.
You know what? We found out who burned down his house in that commercial.
Yeah,
it was Ndamukong Suh.
It was Ndamukong Suh and the boys. Because I'm gonna tell you what, at some point in time I was like, going, okay, when they gonna pull Aaron Rodgers? When they gonna pull him?
Just for his own health.
Because I hate to say it, you're only down 28. But, we can see miracles happen. There was a lot of time. When they pulled Aaron Rodgers, there was a lot of time left in that ball game. And he got out there and was like, oh my God, they're coming. Oh no, somebody stop them. Mommy. He was calling for Danica.
Just come drive. Come help me, please. They're coming. Oh my God, help me.
Stop them. And then the coach was like, come on, sit over here. Then he brought in, I forgot who they brought in. What was his name? And he was back there like, oh man, I really got to play? I was just saying.
He was like, wait, I didn't bring my helmet. I don't need one. That's okay. I'll just. Oh, okay. All
Hi
right.
guys, I'm going out here. What's you guys' names again? Okay, cool. Look,
Say hi, guys. I'm your quarterback. Hi.
No,
Yeah.
actually, I am the quarterback. I know you guys all think that. I know I bring donuts to every offensive meeting, but no, really, they actually paid me to play quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go find out who that guy was. Who was the backup quarterback for the?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It does, because it was so funny watching that guy in there.
It was not. You know what was funny was just watching them get beat up. That's what's funny is to figure out the Bears just put a stronghold shellacking on Tampa Bay. So bad Tom Brady didn't even know what down it was. And so this week they returned the favor to Green Bay.
How come they didn't play Jordan Love? They didn't play Jordan Love out there. Who else was they play?
Because Jordan Love was not. He was like, dog, I'm not going out there. I'm not going out there.
Who was the backup?
He did this. He said, "Oh no, nope. Who? I don't know who that big man is in the middle." And you have to give it up to Tampa Bay. They have a great defense. Now we talk about the Bears, but Tampa Bay has a good defense. They got some good boys out there. It was terrible, but I mean, it wasn't that bad. But okay, so we've come to the point where we say that we agree that an ugly win is better than a pretty loss. But that's not really what
Look, I'd rather go out with the girl that says yes than think about the girl that says no.
And you know what? I think that's where we're going to get ready to leave it. I think I like it. I think that's it. Yep. We're going to leave it right there. We're going to leave it there.
Yeah.
The girl that says yes is better than the girl that says no.
Because look, how many times have you been going to walk up there to the super cute? You know how it is, especially for some of you fellas out there got a little courage in you. And let me give you a Jay Sizzle point. See all this gray hair on my chin right here. Let me give you some advice.
Before we go there, let me do this.
Yeah.
You like that? You like that?
So, all right, Jay Sizzle, leave the people with Jay Sizzle words of wisdom.
Look, liquid courage does not make you sound better when you're talking to the other species in the humankind. Just because you think you're sounding great and you're slick talking like you're thinking you're James Bond 007. You think you're Will Smith on Hitched. You think you're sounding great? No, you are not. You're sounding like a flame-throwing idiot. I just want to let you know. And yes, don't do it. Stop drinking the liquid courage and go up and watch, especially a woman you're gonna see again. Don't do it at the office parties. Don't do it at the backyard barbecue down the street. Don't, that woman that always comes over to the barbecue that was your friend's cousin's friend that just happens to show up all the time. You be side-eyeing her like, you be doing like that, but
the one you walk up to like this.
Talking about, hey, how you doing? So, what's your name again?
What's your name is?
Right, yeah. No, and you doing like that. All of a sudden now you a couple of brown liquors in, and you had a couple of Pabst Blue Ribbons, and now all of a sudden you got the background music. Or now all of a sudden you want Leon from the Temptations, for the 5 Heartbeats. A house of love, and I've learned that there's not too much to ask. You know, see what I'm saying? It sounds good in your mind, but it sounds like that when it's coming out your mouth. Don't drink and go up and talk to these women. Stop doing it.
House is a house.
Don't do it. If you want to
you can't remember the words anymore. You're just like,
no. If you're not gonna talk to us sober, you're doggone not gonna make any sense drunk. You know what I'm saying? You're just not gonna do it.
Not at all.
Well, you're not going to do it. So leave the cocktails alone. That's the Jay Sizzle word of the day. Leave the cocktails alone and just go up there and go to say hi. Hi, how are you? Good. I'm Jay Sizzle. They usually go, oh my God, it's Jay Sizzle. In my mind, that's what they do. You just look at me and go, who?
You like that? You like that?
Okay. So what we've learned today is that you would rather lose pretty or win ugly. Doesn't matter. So we got an ugly win today for the Bears. One that should make them really feel embarrassed about themselves and their lives, but they're not, and they're going to be happy because it was a win. But we also learned today that Aaron Rodgers sucks.
That's your take. That's hilarious.
That was a hot take. And that it is much better to be sober when you approach someone versus looking like you just got sacked by Ndamukong Suh.
You got a better chance. I mean, you coming up there, you got mustard all on your shirt. You know what I'm saying? You're your fourth drink in, and you know you can't have more than one. Mm. You know, he's talking about, hey, how you doing? And
then you just like, hey.
Right. It's like, come on, man. It's not going to look good for you, especially when you have to go back to the office party the next Monday, and you went up there and acted a fool on Saturday. She's going to be looking at you. Everybody in the office, do you know they do? You see that commercial where the girls tweet to each other, "Hey, I like you," or like,
yes.
And they say, but we really hate Joe. Yeah, that's what's going to be happening. That's what we're going to be.
Puke emoji.
Yeah, they're going to be doing. You're going to be hit with the puke emoji. Don't do that.
Then another thing, just to add on to it, if you do it at work, you're going to be called to HR Monday morning.
Right. Look, harassment expands to any type of function that's going on, including everybody else. You can't go. Do not go out there to the party and wear your toga and think like you talking about this Animal House. Don't do it.
You just get up on the mic. Everybody, when we leave here, we're going streaking. Who's with me? Let's go.
Hey, you know how many guys have lost? It's like when guys sit up there, they take pictures of their behinds on the Xerox machine. Like, don't do it. That's not the thing to do. Don't do it. So again, you know how many happy men are out here that got wives that they're their wives and they're just happy about it. You know, and they're beautiful in their own way. You know what I'm saying? But they've been married 40 years. You know what I'm saying? And and they got a hot plate.
40 years, yeah.
They got a hot plate of food at home, and you know what I'm saying? And he brings home the check, and she gives him $100. That's his spending money for the week.
Yeah.
You know, and he goes and bowls and do whatever, and that man comes home every day. He's happy. Yeah. These other guys out here trying to chase these other chicks at the bar all night long, blowing money on people left and right, and you're never going to get that chick.
Just stop doing it. I'm just telling you now, after 40 years, the dog, the cat, the children, your wife, they all start to look the same. And you're just happy to come home to see them. That's about it.
And look, to all you guys out there who've been married a long time, man, that is an absolute blessing. That's an absolute blessing. It really is. It's an absolute blessing.
Yeah.
You know, and let me tell you something. She don't look the same, but neither do you. Okay?
No.
Yeah,
not when you look like the quarterback when you were the high school quarterback.
You're not that guy no more.
Yeah, you look like a fullback.
Yeah, look, you got the pot belly going on. Unless you were that guy who ate Juba roots and he goes out and runs marathons or something. Unless you were that guy, at 50. But a lot of us ain't that guy.
Even those guys are old because they got bad knees.
Yeah. But
newsflash, runners got bad feet and bad knees. Right. I'm telling you, now you're saying, gee, SIZZLE, I know you're not a runner. Don't worry. I know runners, and I know what they go through. I see them when they go in the stores and buy their shoes.
Right. And, and you're looking at her now because she puts a wig on. Dude, you ain't got no hair no more. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no hair no more. You're thin. And all you guys are come over dudes, okay? Listen, all right, since we're on a tangent now, this is what happens. This is what happens when you let me get going.
Every time.
All right, look, we all know you don't have hair on the top of your head. You're not fooling anybody, all right? That comb over that starts at your ear, the top of your ear, and goes over to the other side, that when you wash your hair, this hair combs over this side, it's down this side. You look like, what was that guy, the Undertaker in the WWE with your hair? Dude. No, Mankind. That was a guy who's had hair on one side of his head and no hair on the other side of his head.
You look like
you look ridiculous.
You look like Jeff Van Gundy.
Yeah, you look ridiculous. Dude, cut it off. Cut it down low. Let it go. Or go to the hair club for men. But if you can't afford that, cut it off.
That's funny because I had a dream last night that I had this long hair and it got permed out.
Yeah.
And I was going to this event and I kind of looked like Nikki Free. The hair was just
Wow.
It was all over the place. Yeah, I know. I reached back for that one.
You had so glow in your hair.
Dude, and it was beautiful locks.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, a lady told me, she was like, but the problem is you still got that bald spot in the middle.
You got a hole in your fro.
And when I turned the mirror around, it was a hole but around the hole was a lot of flowing, like long locks.
You got the bozozo going, the black bozo. You know what I'm saying? You can't, dude. You're not fooling anybody. You look foolish. And another thing, since I'm on it, all right. So, one more thing, all right. Look, all you guys out here that are dyeing your beards, look, use the stuff that's made to make it look natural. Okay, if you're taking shoe polish and dye your beard, or you going down to that guy down at the old school barbershop, y'all know the one I'm talking about, not the new school barbershop. But the old school barbershop that still has a bowl like this. Right. That still has a guy shining shoes. Y'all know who I'm talking about. All right. Y'all know what I'm talking about now. You still got the checker table over in the corner. Y'all know who and you always got one guy who wear a hat all the time. Yeah. You know, right. Always that guy. He still wants to put a conch in your head too. Right. He will still want to put a conch in your head. They're still cutting up lye. All right. Lye and some eggs. He wants to put some conch in your head. Look. That guy, when he is dyeing your hair, is not like your wife going to get her hair dyed at the salon. You look ridiculous. You got dye on your skin, okay? People can tell. People can tell. People can tell. You look ridiculous. You look ridiculous. Nobody's seriously taking you seriously. That's not. Stop doing it. Cut your hair. Do what you got to do. Use some Grecian formula or something like that. You just got to get some gray away if that's what you need to do. But you're not fooling nobody. Nobody's saying, "Ooh, look at that 25-year-old." Nobody's saying that. Nobody says that? No. Nobody. No. When you pull up to McDonald's, the girl behind the counter doesn't be like, "Ooh, let me tell you the story real quick before we go." Okay. So I pull up to Burger King and I was going to get my order, and the young lady kept smiling and laughing. I was like, young girl. I got this one, baby. I was like, okay, young lady, you don't want to keep doing that. You don't want to keep doing that right there. That's when you know you're old, when you do that laugh. Yeah. Something about that laugh means you're old. But she kept going and she just kept smiling, and all of a sudden she was like, "You are so cute." I was like, oh, wow. Well, so are you there, young lady. Then I hit her with the James Evans laugh. I was like, yeah. That's old Brown looking laugh right there. Yeah, that's that old Brown. So then she turns and says, because you know what? You remind me so much of my dad. Oh. Brutal, a crushing blow. That was an evil woman who hit you with that one. I didn't even want to hear the particulars after that because I felt like I was in a calaboose all over again. I was like, "Hey, give me my order, give me my meal. Let me go, dude." I know we gotta get off the air, but dude, I went to a certain establishment, the fast food restaurant, and I ordered my meal. And I'm sort of one of those funky orderers. I want this meal, but can you upsize and downsize this? And can you add me one? I'm that guy, you know. Okay. And so she puts the order together. She goes, "Oh, well, that'll be $7.82 or whatever it's going to be, right?" Well, in my mind, I'm already calculating this is a $9 or $10 meal I just ordered. So I'm like, going, "Whoa, wait a minute here. It's a possibility that I might be getting away with something." I said, "No, I'm not that guy." So I said, "Well, ma'am, did you get that I put this on and I wanted to downsize this, but I wanted the extra sauce?" She said, "Oh yeah, I got everything." So she gives me this stuff, right? The bag. I look at the bag, everything. I go, "Oh, I done got away with one." I go outside. I pull out the receipt. She had automatically given me my senior citizen discount. All right, we gotta go. We gotta go. I can't. Wow, bro. Wow, bro. Hit it. Can I do it one time for the brothers with the bad beard? Can I just say it for you one time? Yeah.
Wow, bro. That's crazy. That's so love, bro.
That's so not love. It's not love. Who wants love though? She did. She looked out for you.
Dude, but I thought I'm slicking one by. I'm like, I must have hit it with the whoop whop and the whoop wham. And because look, let me tell you something, guys. When you're wearing the same cologne every day, you ain't switching it up because that's you still got the high karate. You still work with that high karate. When you still, I'm still wearing polo red. No, Lagerfeld. I got Lagerfeld. I still wear Lagerfeld. I got a bottle of it right now. Lagerfeld and gray flannel. You put on that gray flannel, you're going to kill
bro.
You're going to kill everything walking around you within 15 feet. But I still put it on because it smells good to me. That's right. Anybody want to see me some gray flannel, I'll wear it right now.
Okay. You know what? For J Sizzle, I'm G Sizzle. We're getting ready to get out of here. Remember, the word of the week is the particulars. And if you need to find us, you can find us on any platform because we're all over social media. Just look for us at ironskillet.com, Iron Skillet Sports, Iron Skillet Sports, period. You can find us. And remember, you can always find us by using the hashtag skillet_sports. We are the talk of the 219. We are the hottest talk in the 219. We are the Sizzle. And we are out.
Did you know that you can listen to Iron Skillet Radio on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Anchor? It's easy. Look for Iron Skillet Sports or hashtag skillet_sports for our latest episodes. We are Iron Skillet Sports. Thank you for listening to The Sizzle, the hottest sports talk in the 219, here on Iron Skillet Television and Iron Skillet Radio.